There is a moment that happens in Israel every single year. And if you haven't experienced it, nothing really prepares you for it. The entire country is in mourning. Ceremonies, tears, cemeteries full of families. The mood is heavy in a way that is hard to describe. And then, in 1 minute, the music starts. Fireworks light up the sky, stages are packed with musicians, people are dancing in the streets and celebrating until sunrise. 1 minute, the same people, the same night. Not the next day, not after a break. 1 minute after the Memorial Day ends, the celebrations begin. And if you've ever witnessed it and thought, how does the people do that? I'm about to explain everything, because that 1 minute is not confusion. It is not a contradiction. It is the most Israeli thing. And once you understand it, you will understand something about this people that most completely miss. I'm Inbal. I'm a born and raised Israeli. I simplify Hebrew to English speakers, and I served in the IDF as well. Let's go. To understand that 1 minute, I need to give you the full picture, because there are 3 days on the Israeli calendar that are connected emotionally, historically, and intentionally. The first is Yom HaShoah. Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day. This day stands on its own. It falls on Kaf Zayin B'Nisan, the 27th of the Hebrew month of Nisan. In 2026, it was April 14th. Then on Dalet B'Iyar, the 4th of the Hebrew month of Iyar, comes Yom Hazikaron. Yom Hazikaron, Memorial Day of fallen soldiers and victims of terror. And then on He B'Iyar, the 5th of the Hebrew month of Iyar, Yom HaAtzmaut, Independence Day, Israel's, of course. Now, here's the key thing to remember about Yom Hazikaron, Memorial Day, and Yom HaAtzmaut, Independence Day. In our culture, every day begins the evening before, just like Shabbat starts Friday night, Friday Eve. So Yom HaZikaron, Memorial Day, starts the evening before, Erev Yom HaZikaron, the eve of Memorial Day. That is when it starts. And when Memorial Day ends in one official intentional moment, Erev Yom HaAtzmaut, the eve of Independence Day, starts. The same night, no gap, no pause. The closing of one becomes the opening of the other. Now, let me teach you all these names just like we Israelis use them, so you can use them the same way. You may already know this. The word Yom means day. Yom. Yom Shabbat is Saturday. Yom Kippur. Yom Tov is the greeting for have a nice day, good day. Yom Tov. And Erev means evening, and also Eve, and the evening that opens each day. Erev Yom HaShoah is Holocaust Day Eve, followed by Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Day. Erev Yom HaZikaron, Memorial Day Eve, is followed by Yom HaZikaron, Memorial Day. Erev Yom HaAtzmaut, Independence Day Eve, is followed by Yom HaAtzmaut, Independence Day. 6 distinct moments, and every Israeli knows exactly how each of them feels, and now you will too. Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Day. The full name is Yom HaZikaron LaShoah VeLaGvura, Holocaust and Heroism Remembrance Day. Another phrase that you will come across a lot around Holocaust Day in Israel is Shoah Utkuma. It comes from rising, getting up, like lakum or kum. Shoah Utkuma, Holocaust and revival. Now, the word Shoah, I want to teach it properly because it matters. In Hebrew, the word Shoah originally means total destruction, ruin. And today, Shoah, Holocaust, or HaShoah, the Holocaust, refers specifically to the systematic murder of around 6 million Jewish people by Nazi Germany and its collaborators during World War II as part of what they called the final solution. There is weight to that word that you feel the moment you understand what it holds. The date, Kaf Zayin B'Nisan, 27th of the Hebrew month of Nisan, was chosen by the Israeli parliament, the Knesset, because it falls close to Yodalet Benisan, the 14th of Nisan, the date the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising began, a deliberate connection between destruction and resistance. Because the Hebrew calendar shifts against the Western calendar, the Gregorian one, each year the date of Yom HaShoah moves. And because Israel never allows this date to fall adjacent to Shabbat, if Kaf Zayin B'Nisan falls on a Friday, the date moves to Thursday. If the date falls on a Sunday, it moves to Monday. One more thing worth noting. There is also an international Holocaust Remembrance Day observed around the world on January 27th, the date Auschwitz-Birkenau was liberated. That date is marked globally, but Kaf Zayin B'Nisan, Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Day, that is Israel's own. Now, what does that day feel like in Israel? I personally grew up on the knees of Holocaust survivors from my family, people who carried numbers on their arms and shared their story. I even had the honor and the privilege of translating the memoir of one of them for the family, which I read a small part of every Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Day. And for most of us, this is never a history lesson. These are people we came to hear talk about their stories every Holocaust Day, or people in our family. And in Israel, on Holocaust Day, at 10 a.m. in the morning, a siren sounds across the entire country. And here, I want to teach you a few words. The first one is tzfira. 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 That is the word for the siren of these memorial days. Now, in Israel, you grow up knowing different sirens. The one that is sounded when there are missiles coming is not called tzfira. It is called azaka. Az-a-ka. Azaka. That is the same word we use for the anti-theft alarm that you put in your car, in your house. Missiles, anti-theft, azaka. Memorial Days, tzfira. The azaka for the missiles rises and falls. It tells you to run, find shelter. The tzfira in Memorial Days is completely different. It's a long, consistent, uniform tone. It doesn't go up and down. It holds. And the minute it sounded, Israel stops. Cars pull over on highways. Everyone steps out of their cars and stand next to the vehicle. People freeze in supermarkets, in offices, mid-sentence, no matter where you are. You stand up for 2 full minutes as the entire country stands still together. And so every year around these days, we Israelis ask, when is the siren? Matai hatzfira. When is the memorial siren? Matai hatzfira. So it won't catch us off guard. Driving, mid-meeting, anything that is either unsafe or very uncomfortable. So on Yom HaShoah, the tzfira, the siren, is at 10 a.m. for 2 minutes. After the tzfira, ceremonies start everywhere. In Hebrew, ceremony is tekes, and in plural, tkasim. So for Yom HaShoah, it is tekes Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Day ceremony. I am going to tekes Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Day ceremony. Another very important word in this context is survivor. In this context, we use nitzol, and in plural, nitzolim. So a phrase that you will hear a lot is nitzolei HaShoah, survivors of the Holocaust. The opening word of many of the ceremonies for Holocaust Day is yizkor. Yizkor. It means may he remember, referring to God. So that is another one that is very common, very local, and a very significant one. And this is why I never teach Hebrew as just vocabulary and grammar. These words don't live in a dictionary. They live in people, and understanding them changes your experience and your understanding of the culture entirely. But let me keep going because it gets a little heavier before it gets lighter. After Holocaust Day comes Memorial Day, Yom Hazikaron, Dalet B'Iyar, 4th of Iyar. Also shifting around Shabbat when needed, also beginning the evening before that day, on Erev Yom Hazikaron, Memorial Day Eve. And this day, for many Israelis, is the hardest one of the year, not because of history, because of people they knew. I served 2 years in the Israeli Air Force. I know what it means to be part of something where the cost is very real. Israel is a very small country. Military service is mandatory. Almost every man and woman serves at the age of 18, which means almost every Israeli has some connection to a life that was lost. A son, a daughter, a brother, a sister, a cousin, a friend, someone from school, someone from work, a family member of a close friend. This is not abstract grief. It is very personal every single year. And Yom HaZikaron, Memorial Day for fallen soldiers and victims of terror, has 2 sirens, shtei tzfirot, 2 sirens. The first sounds at 8 p.m. the evening of Memorial Day, Erev Yom HaZikaron, for 1 minute, opening the memorial events and the main one taking place in Jerusalem. And the second one sounds the day of Yom HaZikaron at 11 a.m. That one is 2 minutes long. It opens the official state ceremonies at military cemeteries and memorials across the country. Matai Hatzfira, when is the siren? Now you know. Entertainment shuts down. TV and radio carry memorial programs. Families and friends visit graves, and the country is silent and grieving in a way that is different from Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Day. More immediate, more raw, because in too many cases, when it comes to Memorial Day, the loss has a name you knew personally. And so a word I want to teach you is shchol. 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 This word carries the specific, particular weight of losing a child or a close family member to war or violence. It is not a general word for loss. It is a very specific one, and you will hear it in Israel. Mishpacha shekula is a family who lost a child, a family member, to war or violence. Av shekul lost a son to that, or a daughter. Em shekula is a mother who lost a child in that context. And of course, around all these ceremonies, Yehi Zichram Baruch is something that you will hear all the time. May their memory be a blessing. And then the ceremonies end. A final moment of silence, and then officially, intentionally, in 1 minute, Independence Day Eve starts. Erev Yom HaAtzmaut. The same people, the same streets, 1 minute. And if you're learning Hebrew, or you love someone Israeli, or you've always wondered why Israelis carry a particular kind of intensity, what I'm about to tell you is the answer. And it lives inside the language too. How do Israelis go from that to this in 1 minute? In most Western cultures, joy and grief are opposites and are separate. You finish one and then you start the other. They don't belong in the same room. But in Israel, this idea doesn't exist. Israelis hold them together, both things fully at the same time. The celebration of Yom HaAtzmaut, Independence Day, is not forgetting. It is not moving on. It is not disrespect of the fallen. It is the most deliberate thing I can imagine. The joy exists because of the grief. The state of Israel exists because of the people who gave their life for it. Celebrating it loudly, fully, with fireworks and music and dancing is the living answer to Shoah, to destruction, to the Holocaust. It is the answer to Shchol. It is never again, lo od, made real every single year. So what does Erev Yom HaAtzmaut, Independence Day Eve, look like in Israel? Zikukim, fireworks, zikukim, zikukim. You will see zikukim all across the country. Hofaot, live performances. Hofaot, concerts. The best musicians in Israel perform on stages in major cities. And one of the things you talk about before Independence Day Eve is what performance, what concert are you going to, and what artist is performing where you live. And then there is Independence Day, Yom HaAtzmaut, which has the deep tradition of barbecue. We do say barbecue. We also say mangal, and we also say al ha'esh, which means on the fire. Al ha'esh, al ha'esh, al ha'esh. So barbecue, mangal, or al ha'esh is a very common thing you will see everywhere and smell everywhere, because Israel is a small place on Independence Day. Look at everything that you learned today, not just history or events, but real Hebrew. Yom, Erev, Sfira, Azaka, Matai, Shoah, Zikaron, Shchol, עצמאות, לא עוד, זיקוקים, הופעות, מנגל, על האש. These are not random words. They are a people. And when you truly know them, you don't just understand Israel better. You feel it differently. This is exactly how I teach Hebrew. Inside Practically Speaking Hebrew, my program for speaking and understanding anything you hear and anything you read, and inside my reading and writing program, Hebrew 1, 2, and 3. The Hebrew, the way it actually lives, connected to the culture, the history, the people, the present, behind every word and every sentence. And I am your teacher for life, not an app, not a stranger, me, available to answer any of your questions and to give you feedback on your Hebrew. If that is the Hebrew experience you've been looking for, come learn with me. The links to both my programs are in the description. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do so and click the little bell so you won't miss any of my new Hebrew lessons and videos. If you like this video, I would really appreciate if you could hit the like button and make sure that it is shown to more people who would love it just as much as you do. And if you know someone that you know would love this video, please share it with them. Mark all the dates on your calendar if you want to remember them, and let me know in the comments what you thought about this video, what questions you have, and what video would you love me to do next. Thank you so much for watching. תודה רבה. נתראה בסרטון הבא. See you in the next video.